Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be part 36 of our Snowflake Zero to Hero series. Imagine you're working on a complex data platform where you do have around 100 of Snowpipe and task which is running every hour or every couple of hours. Some are going to load the files, some are refreshing the tables, and some are triggering the dashboards and also calling some transformation through some stored procedures. Now ask yourself, what happens if any one of the task fails? Will you find out in time? Will the business know? Or will you spend your morning or afternoon by just scrolling through the task history manually and then going to check it? What was the impact if this task got failed? And then you are going to notify the business, and business will get to know after 5 hours or 6 hours. Then there can be a lot of impact on it, like even you will be having some kind of escalation. So manual monitoring is inefficient and frankly it's too risky. But what if Snowflake could watch itself and tell you the moment something goes wrong? So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to set up the task error indication in Snowflake and automate your monitoring like a pro. So why this automation is mandatory nowadays and it's not optional anymore? With this automation, you can catch issues in real time, you can send the alerts over the emails, and you can just relax. Okay? So, how we are going to define this or how we are going to set up all these things, we're going to see in this entire video. So, I have break this entire video in 7 steps. In the first step, you can see it on my screen that step 1 to step 7. So, in the step 1, I'm going to create a SNS topic. So obviously you can do this task error indication using either with the AWS, Azure, or the GCP, but I am going on the AWS side. So first I will be creating an SNS topic and make sure this should be standard because at this stage no FIFO is supported. Then we're gonna create a topic. In the topic, you can list down the required email or the desired email where you wanted to send the alerts. Then you're going to list down that ARN because that would be required when we will be creating one manual policy. After that, these are going to be some steps which we have seen it even into the Snowpipe error notification. So let's do it everything in the practicals, and by the end of this video I'm sure you will be able to understand, and in fact if you are going to follow this video till the end, you yourself will be implementing this automation in your current project. Okay, so the very first step was that we need to come into our AWS account and I will be creating an SNS topic. Okay, I do have already this, but I'm just going to do it everything from the scratch now. So I'm going to click on this topic, going to create new topic, which is standard as mentioned in the PPT. Now you can give a topic name. Let's say it's a Snowflake task indication. Once this is done, and we don't need to do anything else, you can just simply do a create topic. So I was talking about the Snowflake SNS topic ARN. This is what I was mentioning. So we will be using it, okay? But immediately after it, you need to create one subscription. Okay, so I'll click on create subscription. Now, this is the protocol, and I'm going to choose email, and there I'm giving my own email. Okay, so I will be getting all the notification on this particular email. But when you are creating this subscription, you need to confirm it. That means now, as soon as I'm just going to click on the create subscription, I will be having I will be seeing on the screen is, I'll go back to this Snowflake task error here and look at it, the spending confirmation. So I'll go into my Gmail and here I can see that there is a one email I got it, AWS notification subscription confirmation. So I'm going to click on this confirm subscription and you will go back to this SNS. Let's just refresh it. And this also will be like completed, the confirmed. Now our one or two step has been completed. Now moving ahead with the third step, which is go to IAM and create policies. This policies, actually you will be finding it that we need to use this entire the versions, and we are going to give in an action as SNS publish. So I will be converting this policy into the JSON, and then you can simply paste it over here. Okay, you will just watch me how I'm doing it. So I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, now I'll go back to my IAM. So I have opened this into two different tabs. So you'll click on this IAM here, or if you are in the same window, then you can just simply search IAM into the search bar, and here you will click on the policies. In that, we do have already some AWS managed policy, but we're going to create by ourselves. So here, this you need to click on. Do you wanted to go with this SNS, S3, RDS, Lambda? No, you don't need to do anything. You just need to simply click on this JSON and here paste it. But here, this at line number 9, this is having a cross. So you cannot save it actually. There is one error. Why? Because we need to pass in resource which is SNS topic ARN. And that's what I was mentioning, that once you are done with your once you are done with creation of your topic, then you need to save that ARN. You need to use that ARN. I'm going to copy it over here and then gonna paste it over there. So as soon as I replace this ARN, and then you can see it's all set. I'm going to click on next, and then you can give a policy name, probably like a task error notification, something like that. And you're done with the create policy. So our step 1, 2, and 3 all done. Now moving to the next step 4. See, if you remember, we have discussed this in many times that if I wanted to transfer something from AWS to Snowflake or Snowflake to AWS, we created one role and we wanted to make a proper handshake. So, we created a storage integration during our copying the data from S3 to Snowflake or from ADLS to Snowflake. We created a storage integration. For that storage integration, we need a role ARN. Although I do have the existing role, but just for you guys, so that you will be having a good confidence setting up each and everything from the scratch. So now we're going to create role. Select this second options, this allow entities in other AWS account belonging to you or a third party. Then require external ID. It's a best practice, although you can skip it. Now here you just need to pass 4 times 0. This is a dummy number we are giving here, although we will be replacing it. Okay, so we will now I just click on next. Now next thing is what policies you wanted to attach to this particular role. Here, I don't need to do anything except the task error notification, which we have created. I'm going to click on next here, and the role name is nothing but a Snowflake data monitor. Something like that. Snowflake data monitor, and you're going to click on create role. My role is created now. As a next step, you will come to the Snowflake, and into the Snowflake, you are going to create a notification integration. We will be creating a notification integration. So I'm doing create or replace notification integration, which is task in enable equal to true, direction outbound, type queue. So till this is going to be kind of like, you don't need to uh, basically remember it. You could have just simply go through with the documentation and you will be finding all these 4 parameters. If it is other than AWS, like Azure Event or GCP, then you will be replacing that. But now look at it. Line number 6 and 7, these are the two values which you will be using here. The first is the SNS topic ARN, the second is SNS role ARN. We created one role recently, and that role was Snowflake Data Monitor. And we do have this ARN here. I'm going to copy this ARN and then paste it in front of this. Now the next one is we have SNS topic ARN. That also we do have here in the Snowflake task in integration. So you're gonna paste it, like you're gonna replace this with this. Now you're just gonna create it. So my notification integration is created and we are done till step 5. Now in the next step, we need to repeat the same step whatever we did to get the data, like to get the data from AWS. Like during the storage integration, we described the storage integration, we took the external ID and the IAM user ARN, and then we updated the trust relationship into the AWS role. So it's the same thing which we're gonna do it over here again. So I'm gonna describe this notification integration, and when I'm going to describe it, now you look at it. There we do have this external ID, it's line number 7. So you're going to copy it. You will come into your IAM role. There we do have trust relationship. Click on edit trust policies and replace these 4 times 0 with the value what you have copied from your Snowflake. Now next we do have this SF AWS IAM user ARN. Now you may confuse that, okay, that Vishal, why we are not, or why we are just going for line number 6 and 7, not 5. But because if you will look very carefully, this 4 and 5, these are the same input we provided from the AWS side. So it's like that from one side you got the value, and the another side you have to sign, or you have to sign. So you will be like signing the contract with your terms and condition, or with your code. So this is that code. You're gonna copy it, come to here, and this line number 7 is going to be replaced by that. After that, you're gonna click on update policy. That means your handshake is done. Now you have created a topic, you have created a subscription, you have created a policy, you have created a role. You need to even like you even created a task integration, notification integration you have created, and you have updated the policy. That means Snowflake and AWS is successfully made a connections, or made a, we can say a agreement, that if anything goes wrong, I will be sending a notification to your SNS, and that SNS will be will be your topic, and that topic will be going to send that particular details to that subscription. So after this, now in this Snowflake, there is one of the good feature about it, that you can set this task notification not on just the error, but you can even do it on the success notification. However, like most of the companies, they do not want the success notification, they want the error notification, obviously, because there will be like 100 or 2000 of jobs, and they do not want it to get spammed after every 1 minute, or spammed 100 times in just in 1 hour. But I will be showing you both. Okay, but what if your client is too needy and they say no, 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 let's do it? So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm creating one table which is product. This is very rough table. Okay, I'm going to create it, which is going to have product ID, product name, color, and price. And then I created this root task, you can say task 1 and all, and I'm going to schedule only 1 minute. Okay, and this warehouse, compute warehouse, and I am doing a success integration. Remember this, you wanted to do, or you wanted to set up a task which send you an email, which send you a message on the success or successful completion, then you're going to use success integration. And this is the exact task name which we have created in a previous step. And in that, I'm going to define what exactly I wanted to do it. So it's a simple one. I just wanted to run this insert statement. So I'm going to execute this task. My task is get created. Now, as a next step, because whenever we create any task, it will be into the automatically into the suspend mode. So we are going to make it to the resume. Okay. Now, obviously there won't be any data because it's a 1 minute, but how can we check the task history and all? I'm sure you would be aware of it. If you are following my way, this entire series, we can check it through this information schema, task history, and there you can particularly give a task name. If you're not going to give a task name, then you will be getting all your 100, 200, or even the system task notification, like the task history. So if I just execute it and look at it over here, it got executed at 12:10, means that is the previous one. So I just like do a simple test. So you can just simply ignore that. Focus on that part. This is null here. So there is no query ID generated and state is scheduled. And it is scheduled at 12:46. Okay, this now we can check it one more time if there is any record into product. Yes, we do have one record. And if I look into the task history, then yes, there is one entry which has been recently made. It's just 12:46. It's not a local time zone. Okay, means not our IST time zone. So this is basically Los Angeles, like it's a 12:46. But if I come here into my like into my Gmail, you look at it. I got one AWS notification message, and look at this thing. Okay, this is going to be a JSON format, but we are going to focus on the main important part, which is like graph succeeded. This is message type graph succeeded. Root task name is YouTube learning raw layer task ID. And this is when it got executed. This is the run like tidying, schedule time, query start time, graph connection time, and everything. Okay, so this has given me that yes, your task is succeeded, and then I got the email. So similarly, you can do the setup for this your success indication. Okay, now let's move it to the error indication because most of us will be going for that only. I mean, that is very important. So, success, I'm fine. Like, even if don't got to know about it, whether my task got successful, I won't be getting any kind of a escalation. But what if I fail to inform my client during this failure notification? Then, yes, obviously, I can get some escalation. So, what I'm going to do is obviously, I do not want it to like my credit needs to be suspend. So I'm just going to do a suspend here. I don't want it to run this again and again, again and again. Now I got this email. So here we got this one because it got executed twice. So let's just focus on that part here. Now, uh, okay. So what I'm doing now, this is something going to be bit advanced. So I have created one stage here, and in that stage I have one file. So let me show you that. So stages. Okay, so this is my internal stage, and if any one of you are not aware that how we can create a stage and all, then please go through with my part number 11 or 12. I will be attaching the link. Okay, I will be giving the link into the comment box. So this one here, I have created it. Now, if you will look at it, list source data, then there I do have one file. And if I just wanted to query it, you can do it because obviously I don't wanted to make this video to be like very lengthy. So I wanted to insert this source data table into my country table. So let's just create it, or just assume that okay, you have too many tasks which is inserting the data every day into your respective tables. And one day, what if there can be some error and you get like the data get failed? So we just wanted to be like notified during the failure, and I am going to purposefully fail this. Okay, so for that I am gonna create this file format. Okay, I created this file format which is field option enclosed by that field delimiter, record delimiter, and all. But now I'm gonna create a task. In that task, I'm writing copy into country from source data. So I'm creating a load data task, which is going to be at 1 minute, but focus on this part. You may skip that. We can create it as serverless task, but in line number 58, we have used error indication. In my previous task, I have used a success indication, but here we have created an error indication, the same task we have used, and then whatever the operation I wanted to perform it. My load data task is created, As the next step, I'm going to resume it. Okay, so we can simply check our task history. So I can copy this one only. So, I mean, as a manual thing, I will be running it. Hey, whether this task has been successfully executed or not, I'm going to run this information schema, task history, task name. You can even do some parameters like over here, like the schedule time and all. So, like to make your short very make your search very short and very clear. Okay, uh, I mean, what if you just wanted to know the history of today only? So there is no point of retrieving all the history for this particular load data task. So look at this very first line. This is one which is like scheduled. Okay, and we will be seeing it that this should get failed because this should fail. Let's say that. So I guess the 1 minute should be over. Yeah, so we do have this third options now. If I scroll to the right here, the state is executing, okay, but actually this we got the error message. So here I'm gonna done it one more time so that you should have a completely error message that this got failed. Yes, look at this one. So this first one, it got failed at 12:51. Okay, now look at the error message. It's a field delimiter comma found while expecting record delimiter this. So it's just obviously a file format error. I'm not going to correct it. You have to answer this in the comment box that how we can resolve this error. Okay, so we got this error. This can be like due to certain can be certain reasons, probably a data type issues, probably a like a length issue, truncation error, or error like column count mismatch or anything. Okay, but our main objective was to get the error message. So if I'm going to open it, this is what I get it. And here, look at it, message user task failed. The task name which get failed is the load data, and this is the error message. Now you guys can use or you can flattening this JSON all to make the use of this or to make this completely for your error reporting and all. Okay, so look at it here. We got this message type user task failed. This is the task name, and we are more interested about the error message so that you can work on it. Okay, you can see this. There is a one more time the same task. So if you would be having a multiple task which get failed, you will be getting email through this. And I hope you have enjoyed it. So if you have any doubt related to your task error notification, okay, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and please share with your friends